Happy Freedom Friday, you guys. Thank you for joining me today. It is your girl Shanice, and I'm back with another video. Please subscribe and like the channel. I will be super, super excited if you guys will just hit the notification bell and hit the like. So when I post a video or I go live over here, you guys will be able to know when I'm live or when I have posted a video. For those who do not know me, I am an author, a mentor, a coach, a writer, and I'm also launching something very new. Well, it's new to you guys, but old to me. So in 2021, no, in 20, either 21 or 22, I was approved for my nonprofit organization, and I have not let anybody know about it. However, it is some events that I will be hosting this year, and I would love for you guys to be able to partner with me, sponsor, or donate whatever you can. If you want to donate clothes, if you want to donate shoes, then you can DM me. If you in the Northwest Indiana area, I can meet you to get the clothes and the shoes. If you would like to donate bras or panties, they will have to be brand new. But if you're someone and you just want to send a monetary donation, then you can hit the link as well inside the video and you will be able to donate. You could donate monthly or you could donate just a one-time thing. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Whatever the case may be, I just ask for your help to be able to bring more tools to the community. Also, if you hit the link, hit the website, you will be able to see all of the wonderful things that I would like to bring to the community. So you will not only be able, you will be able to see my vision and the mission of the things I want to bring. And further ado, let me go on with this video. So today we're going on Freedom Friday. Let me just say, when God gave me Freedom Friday, I was still bound in a lot, it basically in my mind. And I am still going through the process of God delivering me from some things and breaking off shackles in my mind. But I decided to proclaim the word of the Lord, which is I will be whole. When God first gave me the word wholeness back 6 years ago, I had no idea what wholeness was. To be honest, I knew I was broken, but I had no idea what wholeness was, which tied me to this message today, a new identity. I was known back then as, a person that had a lot of kids with an abusive relationship, not really being stable in the way that just being stable in jobs or whatever the case may be, of what they knew me back then. And I feel in this new season that God is not only handing out new assignments, but He's also handing out a new identity. He said, "Behold, I make all things new." And I feel like all of the processing that God has been doing in the past seasons in our life, and the purging and the pruning and breaking us from that broken place to a place of wholeness, is now it's going to manifest on the outside of us. All of the pain that He had to uproot, the heart that He has to renew, the transformation that He has to undergo over your mind. I believe that God is now bringing you to a place of wholeness and to a place of restoration. Well, one season that you was known to be barren, that God is now bringing you to a place of fruitfulness, which brought me to Second Kings. And I remember reading that, and in Second Kings it was Elijah was on the scene, and at that time it was famine. And I'm not talking about any type of famine, I'm talking about like they was eating kids and babies, they was hungry. Okay, everybody could have ate. They couldn't eat, but everybody, they was getting ate, right? So Elijah came to them, and then he told them, by this time tomorrow you will eat well. So you had this one dude was like, that's impossible. And he said, because you did not believe, right? And this is something that God has been coming. Um, this is something that God has been coming to me about my belief, and He's been correcting me on that. If you've been watching my blogs, a couple of weeks ago, I did like When Faith Meets Trauma. I was talking about redefine your hope. I was talking about your hope and your belief system, how it was built on a faulty foundation. If you did not know about those blog posts, I will post it inside this video as well. But it was a man. It was a man, and he was telling Elisha like that can't happen. And Elisha told him, behold, you will see it with your own eyes, but you will not eat of it. And I tell y'all, because of that man unbelief, the abundance came, and they was able to eat. Elijah told them, he said, here's the word of the Lord. Tomorrow, about this time tomorrow, a fine flour shall be sold for a shekel, and 2 measures of barley for a shekel in the gate of Samaria. Now, When that word came to pass, that man that doubted Elijah, not didn't he did not he didn't doubt Elijah. He doubted the word of the Lord that came up. They said in the context it said Elijah prophecy for hope for relief. And I believe that God is going to bring a release that will cause a relief in your life. Relief from lack, relief from depression, relief from worry, relief from you being bound, relief from you being broken, relief from you being fearful, but relief from you being confused, relief from you being tormented, relief from you being shameful, relief from you being defeated, right? And he's bringing us to a new place of identity. I really believe that's what God is doing in this hour. This week, in the celebration of Paramount, if you did not watch none of my videos, go back to my page on my YouTube page. That link will be inside this video as well for you to be able to go back and watch the words that I given about Esther. This week celebrates the in the Jewish holiday Purim, and what they would do, they would read the word of they would read the book of Esther to honor her. It would just be a season of just laughter and great joy. And I really believe that God is bringing restoration of your joy. Whatever took your joy, God is restoring it, right? And um Esther, if you read the book of Esther, Esther in one season was known to just be an orphan. Her mom and dad had died, and she was raised under her servant Mordecai. And when Mordecai stepped on the when it was Vashti lost her crown. She was dethroned. And Mordecai stepped on the scene like, hey, I got a niece. I'm going to bring her to, you know what I'm saying, to be chosen. If, like I said, if you didn't watch some of those videos, please go back and watch them and you'll hear, or go back and read the book of Esther and you can learn for yourself. But in one season, Esther was known as an orphan. But in another season, Esther was known as a queen. Esther was known for her courageousness. Esther went down in history with hanging her mind on a pole. He was the one that was trying to defeat Esther, and he stepped on the scene and he was defeated, right? So, and that's the same thing what happened with Ruth. I'm not even gonna say Queen Ruth, but that same thing happened with Ruth. And today, as I was reading Ruth, I noticed a couple of things that happened in her life. Ruth had a successor, right, which was Naomi. Now, when Ruth decided to leave her family, and I believe that God is calling us to leave some people, He is calling us to a decision. Either we're going to stay with her. In order for you to have this new life, this new identity, we have to leave those things that we was known for. And God is calling us to a season of being redefined, that we will no longer be defined by our pain, that we will no longer be defined by our resentment, that we will no longer be defined by our trauma, that we will no longer be defined by those titles and those labels that our life, that our people put on us, but we will now be defined by who God have called us to be, right? And that's what happened in Ruth's life. She left her family, she left her mama, she left her daddy, and she went on a new journey to have a new life, right? And she left those things behind, and she left what was, and she stepped into what is. What was she had this other life where her husband had died, and she was now going on a new journey with her mother-in-law. But something beautiful happened on Ruth on this path, right? And one part of the Bible, and I think it's Ruth 2, she had said that you have been she was telling Boaz, like, you have been gentle with me, and I am a foreigner. And when I saw that, I noticed that Ruth had a complex about herself. She had inadequacy about herself. The Bible said that she was a Moabite woman. Now you have to understand the Moabites was they was she came from a lineage of shameful people. But God used a foreigner in a new city. God used someone that was a Moabite in one season, and He turned her around. He gave her shame, and now she went from having shame to fame. She went from being a nobody to now being the great grandmother of King David. And just like Ruth, just like Esther, went down in the lineage as being so much better. They came from nothing, but God turned that story around, and they gave them a divine reversal on their identity. And I pray that as God move in this season, that we will have a divine reversal in our life, that we will be unrecognizable. Ruth went from gleaning in the field to owning that field. Esther went from being an orphan to now she was what? One of the greatest on the team. Okay. Esther went up to him and she I ain't gonna say she murked, but she murked Haman, okay? And Haman was trying to kill his people. And I want to ask you, what is God redefining in your life in this season? Are you going from a place of barrenness, a place of failure, a place of bound, a place of lack, a place of shame, a place of defeat, a place of weary, a place of toiling, a place of striving, a place of brokenness, a place of fearfulness, a place of confusion, a place of depression, a place of torment, a place of double mindedness, to now to a place of success, a place of freedom, a place of abundance, a place of winning, a place of fame, strength, rest, ease, wholeness, confidence, everlasting joy, clarity, peace, and the soundness of mind? Or you were someone that was just like the people in the book of Kings, where they had nothing to eat and they were so hungry that they start eating themselves. Okay? Bareness, no food, to a place of fruitfulness. What are you willing to leave behind so you can step into what is? Is it that relationship that keep on hunting over your head? You know you want something better, but every time that relationship calls, and because you're lonely, you go back to that relationship. Or is God telling you to come out from the beliefs of your bloodline and to step into the one and only living God? Are you willing to leave New Age? Are you what are you willing to leave and give up? What are you willing to give up in order to step into what God has for you? What do God want to redefine in your life right now? That He wants you to be known for something different. This was months ago. I was laying down and I was in the presence of God, and He said, what you was known in that season, you will be known for something different in this next season. And I don't know about y'all, but I have dealt with some shameful encounters in my life. I have to and I talk about my story all the time, how I was in an abusive relationship for 13 years. But I don't think people understand the shame that I encountered of being in that relationship. No one knew what I was going through in that relationship. No one knew the heartache. No one knew the cry. No one knew the pain. But all they knew is Shanice was in an abusive relationship. But they did not know the severity of the shame that I went through while I was in it. So I may have been known in one season as being that I was abused. I may have been known in one season of lack. I may have been known in one season that, I had, for a lot of years, I was shameful that I had a lot of kids and I wasn't married. The amount of shame that I dealt with ever since I was 14 years old. I had my first child at 14. So you imagine the stares that I got when I was walking through those hallways. Now I had some teachers that showed me much love but I had some teachers that they put their nose up at me. And because of that, I built this place of pride that I didn't trust people. Because I felt like if I let them in, then they will hurt me and they will turn their back on me. And they will talk about me behind my back. So the amount of shame I went through in one season, God is going to give me more for what I went through in that season. So I don't know what God wants to redefine in your season, in the season of your life. I don't know how you showed up in the world in one season and God wants to give you a new identity. However the case may be, I want you to show up in a different light. I want you to give yourself permission to show up differently. I want you to give yourself permission to be bold. I want you to give yourself permission to let your light shine. Because if your light was taken at an early age, God wants to allow your light to shine even bright. And I invite you on a 6-week journey of redefine her, where for 6 weeks we will deal with your identity, your purpose, your hope, and definitely your mindset. We're going to stick on mindset for at least about 2 weeks. Because in order for you to step into what is, you have to let go of those old titles. You have to let go of those old labels. You have to let go of those old mindsets, because the old mindsets, the defeated mindset, that lack mindset, that scarcity mindset can go in the place of abundance. Because if your mindset is not where it needs to be, you're going to only attract scarcity. You're not going to attract abundance. You're not going to attract more. You're not going to attract overflow. You're going to attract less than. So I want you to give yourself permission for the next 6 weeks to redefine who you are. So to redefine your identity, to redefine your purpose, to redefine your hope, to redefine your mindset, renew your mindset, and to be ye transformed with the renewing of your mind, that you will no longer be conformed to what was, but you will step into what is. If this sound like this is going to help you, I want you to hit the link inside the video, which I will have the link for the next for you to be able to join the 6-week Redefine Her. If you're not for sure if Redefine Her is for you, I will also have a free course, crash course, that you and also have a downloadable for you to have for you to be able to define is Redefine Her for you. Redefine Her is for you if you are someone that don't know who you are, or you stuck in who you was, and you're having a hard time to cross over to that threshold. Redefine Her is for people that don't know their purpose, or maybe you know your purpose, but it's time for you to go higher and deeper in your purpose. Redefine Her is for someone that right now you're dealing with and you don't know how to use your gifts and your talents, or you don't know what your gifts and your talents is. We're going to deal with that too. You are someone that needs to be able to calm your mind, to have dealt with anxiety, depression, and you need a upgrade on your mindset. Then Redefine Her is for you. So I want you to hit the link of Redefine. You know of Burrow here, Redefine Her. You need it. I want you to go and hit the link and sign up today. It is a payment plan, or you can play all at once, or it's a payment plan that you can play weekly. You will have weekly homework. We will have meetings. You will get a PDF download. You will get a journal as well. You will be able to get Royal Her soap. And I will talk more inside the group for you to be able to know what that is. You're going to get um 8 hours of coaching. If you need help, you like, hey, I don't know how to do this homework, you will be able to have access to me to a certain time from 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock if you need any help. And if you want to meet additionally, you'll be able to do that as well. You will have goals that you will have to meet every week. You will have mindful. We will do meditation. It's so much that come with the price. And if you are ready, then I want you to hit the link. If you're not for sure, I want you to download your Redefine Her crash course for free. That will be inside the link as well. So I love you guys. Stay encouraged, stay inspired, stay motivated, and I will be back next Wednesday.